Oh, okay. My name is Anastasia. This is my channel, and I'm talking about my immigration process to United Kingdom, London. So buckle up. Today we are gonna answer some questions that you left me on Instagram, and I hope you would enjoy that. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell button. I would appreciate it. It will really help me a lot. When I'm recording this, it's 1 o'clock and it's really gloomy outside. And I don't have any lamps or anything like this, so I'm just literally sitting in front of the window, and I can see that even it's not really enough, because I can see the quality is not that good as it when it's a sunny weather. But yeah, we are working with what we have. Let's hit the road. So the first question I got, well, it's not necessarily the first one, like really, it was about how to rent an apartment in London. First of all, you probably need websites like Zoopla, Right2Move, OpenRent. I'm gonna leave the links below. Zoopla and Right2Move are regular websites. It's like just you are searching for apartment, setting up your price range, looking for the boroughs that you want to live in here. For me personally, Zoopla didn't really work out. Most of the inquiries for the viewings I made were made through the Right2Move. So it's a good platform. OpenRent is a bit tricky, but is also a great opportunity, especially if you're new to the country or just kind of have pets. The deal is, via the OpenRent, you would actually meet the landlord, because you are being set up directly. And it's a great opportunity to establish some contact, like connect, and to show what a person you really are. For pet owners, it's like super important, because this is the only way you can make the landlord fall in love with you. So other option is Get Living. So basically it's built to rent developers. There are tons of them in London. Get Living is a really popular one. Its main areas are in East Village and in Elephant and Castle, and there's even in Manchester, I think. But if you look into different boroughs, there are others. For example, in Canary Wharf, I would just, if I want to live in Canary Wharf, I would just go there and Google like Canary Wharf build to rent, and you're gonna see that there is something that you can choose from. There are a few things that you need to remember while you're looking for an apartment in London for the first time. So the first thing, the agents cannot ask you to pay any fees or commissions. That's a scam if they do. You would pay the deposit only after your offer would be accepted. Before that, if anyone would ask you to pay for something for booking, for inquiries, that's not legal here, so be aware of that. The other thing is that agents could be really pushy sometimes. They're probably really interested in just getting an offer from you, like the best offer, so the landlord would really consider it and they would win with that offer. So sometimes they can be really pushy. I had an agent that pushed me to offer landlord 6-month rent up front because we didn't have any history in the country, and that's like crazy. The other thing, just remember that it could take you up to 2 months to find an apartment. When I started our search, it was September, and most apartments that I was making inquiries to see, they were available only from the October or November. It mostly comes from the rules that tenants also need to warn the landlord 1 or 2 months ahead their moving date. So the next question is, was it hard to find a job? I don't really know yet. Maybe I should ask Alex, but it's kind of complicated right now. I can tell you my experience. I also gave it a go last spring in terms of a job hunt, as I tried to reach Alex's result, and it was crazy for me. I mean, there's much bigger demand for engineers than product managers, first of all. So I was a bit deluded at first. But then my friends actually helped me to realize that I'm running marathon in terms of job search. It's not a sprint, so I started to take it easy. Yes, I worked a lot on my resume back then. And I also made lots of applications, but they were mainly pointless a little. Game changer for me was when I changed my location to UK's, and it appeared that everything is alright with me.
What I'm saying here doesn't really make sense, so I'll let editing Anastasia to clarify a few things. After I changed my location, I got much more interviews with recruiters and HRs. But when they heard that my approximate moving date is in September, they told me directly that they thought they would find someone much faster. So companies suggested me to continue my search closer to moving.
Oh yeah, and I'm talking about product management, but it could be program management as well. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. So in the beginning of summer somewhere, I decided to postpone my search because I was already exhausted by this search, and also I wanted to have a little sabbatical after I finished my work at Action. I thought I would be searching for my new job in London, and it would be faster and much easier, but it doesn't really go so well so far. I've been looking for a new job for a month right now. Yeah, it goes a bit slow because the crisis, because of the layoffs, because of Christmas time. So yeah, it's not a real perfect time of the year to look for a new opportunity. Okay, so the other question is, why England? I don't know why. It just happened so that Alex got an offer to England, and we decided, okay, why not? It's a good European country. I think we would be a good fit in here, and I don't know. I will have a work permit. I thought that maybe we would move to Germany because I really love Berlin and I always wanted to live there. To try it, to give it a go. Okay. Oh, I like this one. So this is about talking with utility companies and how is the bureaucracy and everything is working. So we have a few providers that I'm talking to or have accounts at. So we have council tax, water, hot water and heating, electricity, TV license. That could be probably like a lot. Oh, and the internet. Of course, there's an internet. How could I go without it? Where could I go without it? When you move to a new apartment here, you need to notify your provider that you have moved in or you moved out, because there could be another provider at another building. And it's kind of still confusing for me, because for all my providers, I did tell them that we moved in. There is like a form on their website, but I also chatted with my neighbor, and he didn't do that for some of the providers, and he still got the bills. Mostly it works like this. You tell them that you moved in, you got the first bill, like a welcome letter or something. Then you can set up your online account and set up a direct debit. Direct debit is basically when your bank just transfers their money once in a month. Yeah, sometimes you have problems with the provider, or just, when you're trying to set up, you're trying to call them and they're like holding you online for extremely inappropriate amount of time. I do have some challenges right now with my utility providers. First one is with the electricity provider. It's a Scottish Power, by the way. So apparently I have a smart meter, which means that I can connect it to my app and just automatically send meter readings. But Scottish Power doesn't think that I do have one. The other one, my first bill for the council tax just came through, and I tried to set up a direct debit, and apparently they're gonna view my request for the direct debit within next 3 weeks, and my first bill was due to the 1st of December. And TV license. We bought one because we thought we were gonna watch some BBC News and try to, adapt a new country and watch their news. But we are not ready to do that fully yet. And so far I just watched one season of Glow Up, and we watched Doctor Who premiere. And we are paying that much amount of money for basically nothing. So I wanna see how we can cancel it. The next question is, do you like English lifestyle and what is it? It's a tricky one because lifestyles, they vary from different persons, from preferences, and there could be so many reasons why I cannot define so far English lifestyle at all. I mean, I guess I already acquired some routine, like walking in the park and maybe having a beer once in a while at the bar. I could definitely say so far that drinking is a part of British lifestyle, because every weekday you would see pubs and bars filled with people. They just stop by for 1-2 beers and then they go home, but it's like constantly you see people do that. However, I think that this is a good question, and I would just try to answer it a bit later when I adapt better. Do you want to live somewhere else? Yes, but not right now. So right now I think I want to settle in because I'm tired of constant switching places and moving. Yeah, but in general I realized that I think that I want to live in a warm country, in a warm climate, maybe by the sea. Phuket actually influenced that a lot. Okay, this is a big one. So how did you move your cats? Oof, that's like a lot to talk about. So we hired a relocation company. It costed about like £2,000 for us or something like this. And at first my decision was that I could do everything by myself. Yeah, I am a big independent woman. And I started to lose my mind on the second day of this decision. So yeah, we decided to use relo company. And I made some mistakes because I actually bought tickets to Amsterdam because I thought I would go there myself with my cats and everything is going to be fine. And Alex would fly directly to London because he didn't have a visa to enter Amsterdam. But yeah, quickly we realized that it was a mistake. I couldn't change my tickets back, so that's why we flew to London separately. We were in Phuket and then we flew to Bangkok, and actually we left our cats there for 2 weeks in a pet hotel because there were no flights for them. Yeah. And then after those 2 weeks they arrived in Paris, and then the pet taxi took my cats and delivered to me in London. Yeah, there's a Eurotunnel between France and London, so France and UK. That's why the relocation company for pets took all the headaches with the paperwork, and I don't really know much about it. So first of all, double check every information. The information comes from the company that does it professionally, then yeah, okay, you do not need to check. But if you do it yourself, double check everything or triple check, because there are so many rules, and do not listen to anyone else without checking it, okay? Second thing, calm down. I know that pet owners tend to worry too much about how the pets would experience the flight, or would they be okay in flying under the cabin. And I think that most of us are not undervaluing the psychological health of our pets, because they're not that fragile sometimes. Okay, at least we think that they are, but they might not. So my story is that I have a really friendly cat, this one, but he doesn't really like dogs, apparently. And I have a scaredy cat. She had a trauma when she was a child, and yeah, she doesn't like people at all, like at all. And she's okay with that though. But she is kind of okay with dogs, I think. She just, well, at least with small dogs, she doesn't care for them. So we were worried, and it ended up that they would spend 2 weeks in pet hotel. And by the end of this period, Grelka started to adapt. Rory was fine all the way. And then they spent the night over at this person who was transporting. They would spend 12 hours under the cabin with dogs. At least there were 3 dogs. And maybe there were some other cats, I don't know. But at least there were 3 dogs. And then they spent some time in a car through this Eurotunnel, and with some kind of an unknown driver. And then we got them. They were all right. They were not traumatized by this. And they were super happy to see it. So calm down. Sometimes you need to make tough decisions, but flying under the cabin with the right company could be alright. So this one's supposed to be traumatized cat, but she was just so fine, really. You wanna say something? Did I have a cultural shock? Yeah. I actually made a video about this one. I probably will try to put it somewhere there. I just didn't realize that it's called cultural shock. Mainly this video is about my cultural shock, and I'm still processing it. Okay, so did I have any expectations, and were they right or not? I don't think I had much expectations. That's why everything went smoothly according to the my general love of the country. I think it's a great country. There's a good story with healthcare. It's accessible. It's beautiful. Everything is made for people, and I really love the infrastructure here. And so yeah, those things are just super great. So do you like the weather? It's okay. I like the one that we had in Thailand better. But yeah, I actually was surprised with the weather. I thought it would be gloomy and rainy and foggy all the time. But it's not. And it's actually much better than winter in Moscow or in Kaliningrad, and much warmer. Like right now it's 5 degrees, that's 6 degrees outside. And yeah, sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's raining, but there are still lots of sunny days. Yeah, and that was unexpected. Okay, so that's it for today. There are other questions, but I decided to split it in half because the second part would be, I still need to investigate it a bit and make some research. There are questions about beauty, infrastructure, and socialization. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Please subscribe, like, share. I'm really thankful for you to watch this one. Maybe you have follow-up questions. I would be really happy to see them in the comments. So do some work. So this is my studio right now. This is my main asset. And this is the weather. The whole day. I'm actually exhausted.